But it's a weird one, a strange one. I left it to last because I want your opinion on it. Michael Maguire, who I think we can pretty much unanimously say has been a good appointment for the Blues, for the simple fact he's not.
Well, I mean, you haven't played a game
Well,
yet,
look,
so I
if you
don't
let me
know.
finish, the simple fact that he's not Brad Fittler puts him in my good books because we all know my thoughts on
Okay.
Brad Fittler. This is a bloke who's excuse my French, he's a hard ass. He won't take anything less than 100%. And we've heard players say, oh, he trains us too hard. I'll boo-hoo you professional footballers. He's come out and said that he's going to run character tests and he wants characters playing for New South Wales and he'd be looking to beyond ability. Now, you're a Queensland fan, you're a state trader in a big way. What are your thoughts when you hear that from a Queensland and a rugby league fan's perspective?
Yeah, look, I think it was very easy for Queensland in the Golden Run where they won 8 out of 9 series to pick and stick because they had the best players in the world in the spine, and you had someone like Cooper Cronk or Daly Cherry Evans or Ben Hunt coming off the bench, right? So or Michael Morgan. We were spoilt for choice, right? It's like how did I remember one time the conversation was, well, how do you fit Michael Maguire and Ben Hunt and Cam Munster and Daly Cherry Evans and Cooper Cronk and John Thurston in the team at the same time? I was like, you will never see that again. Like you will never ever see, like even for New South Wales, it's Nathan Cleary and it's who's going to be with him. You don't have this list of extreme talent. Um, so when all of these, like when Cam Smith retired, when Jonathan Thurston couldn't walk anymore, when Cooper Cronk decided that his nose was too smashed into play, and they've had to turn it over, you had Kevy, you had Mal Meninga in there, and now you've got Billy Slater in there, and they've turned around and gone, oh, you have Wayne Bennett who won the unwinnable series as well, and they've said, right, let's go back to the basics and the fundamentals of let's pick on form, but pick the guys who understand the culture, who understand what it takes to play for Queensland, and the guys that you can build around. Let's pick 5 or 6 guys who are going to be in this team every year, regardless, and then let's build a dynasty around it. And like guys like Val Holmes, Hammer, Murray Tuolungi, Ruben Cotter. These guys are coming into the team now, and they're just slotting in because they're good players, they're good footballers, they're good people, they're good characters, whatever it is. I think for a long period of time, New South Wales just turned around and said, right, we've got the biggest talent pool. We've got more clubs than anyone. We've got more nurseries than anyone. Let's just pick the best players and hope that it works. And it was the old saying from Jack Gibson, you pick your best 17 and figure it out. New South Wales just never been able to figure it out. One thing I do think that Michael Maguire will be able to do is weed out the guys who only want to play for New South Wales for their 30 grand paycheck. It terrifies me that he is going to reselect Bradman Best, who just looks like he would play for New South Wales for the opportunity to bash someone in a maroon jersey, right? So I think as a Queenslander, it's pretty hard hearing what we did for the better part of a decade. But as a rugby league fan who, fair enough, I sledge about State of Origin, but if someone said to me, would you rather Queensland win a game or Cronulla win it? I'd rather Cronulla win a penalty count. It's refreshing. It is, because you don't have to sit there and listen to Brad Fittler talk about walking on wet grass. You're talking about a guy who's going to get in there and slog the guts out of you and pick the best players and like these guys are going to fight for it. They will fight for it. So I think it's good. I think it's a good appointment. I bagged it. I think it's a good appointment.
I think Maguire's saying all the right things. Now, some people have taken his character test as, what would you do if there was an old lady walking across the street and a house on fire and a cat was in a tree? What are you going to do? It's nothing like that. What he's going to say is he's going to come in, he's going to say, all right, player A and player B, what does the jersey mean to you? What would you do that player B wouldn't? Tell me about growing up as a New South Welshman. Do you hate Queensland? It's going to be those sorts of questions. I saw someone come out and say earlier that Mitch Barnett is playing amazing football and could very much end up in a Blues jersey. And they're saying, well, he'll fail the character test. Okay, he's done some things in the past that, he's probably not particularly proud of. He's probably learned and grown for, hopefully. But this is a bloke who has gone to New Zealand, has turned his career around, and I get the feeling would likely die for the Blues jersey. He's the sort of player you want in the squad. Zach Lomax is going to walk into the wing spot if Maguire's legit. He's the best.
Just going back to Mitch Barnett, let me ask you a question. If you've got the selection, you've got one jersey left for your bench, and you've got to pick one of the two Sofidi twins who are going to lumber up, or Mitch Barnett, who are you picking?
And
I'm picking Barnett. I'm probably picking him to start.
Full disclosure, I'm picking him over Cam McInnes, who I don't know why he's in the Origin talk. And I'm a huge Cam McInnes fan. Obviously, I think I got a card up here signed by him somewhere, but it's Origin. This you got Zach Lomax, who let's be frank, let's be harsh here, has winced his way out because he got told he couldn't play in the centres. He's best winger in the game right now, or top 3 winger in the game, form wise, and a bloke who has obviously told St George, I want out, yet has been their best player 3 or 4 weeks in a row. This is a bloke you want playing for New South Wales. Now, what I want to see is players that have tried and failed numerous times. Liam Martin in his 40 metres a game. Isaiah Yeo hasn't translated to Origin football despite probably being the best lock forward in the game. I want to see these changes. I want to see Olakawatu in, obviously because he's wrecking ball, and if he doesn't get picked, I'll be calling for his head right away. I want to see Cam Murray play at lock instead of be picked in the second row. I want to see smart decisions. I want to see blokes come in, and I'm sick of hearing New South Wales don't get Origin, but we don't get Origin. For the past few years, we've had Brad Fittler, who was a damn good player and a lovely guy. I've met him numerous times. I have nothing but good things to say about him. Couldn't coach. Couldn't pick a right team. Pick players because he's quirky. Tavita Pangai Jr. Well, that'll get him talking. Yeah, it did because he's so terrible. I want a coach who's focused on winning football games. I don't care if he picks the scumbag 17. If they go out and beat Queensland 40-0, hurrah, hurrah. Building a culture, though, because it's obviously he's not here for a quick hit and win, grab a series and piss off back to Bali or whatever. He's trying to build a culture, and I really, really like what I'm hearing. And I don't think we're going to hear the complaints that came out of the clubs he's left, is that, he's training them too hard, or, oh, God, he's harsh and he yells at me. This is Origin football. He's the perfect coach. I love what I'm hearing.
I think that there is a spot for Cam McInnes and Mitch Barnett in the New South Wales team if he is picking people who are going to run through a brick wall for him. I've been sitting there thinking, and I've been dwelling on this for a very, very long period now. I was like, I know we've got Adam Finnell, I'd love to take Mitch Barnett with him. And I've been looking at it going, surely they're not going to look across the ditch to pick him. And now it's starting to get the momentum that he's going to get picked. But you're absolutely right about him and what he should be doing. Api Coruscant is going to be the Blues number 9. Right? And it's no doubt about it, but we've seen time and time again from Api Coruscant in the Origin arena is that he cannot play 80 minutes in the Origin arena. He needs a spell. You've got Wade Egan, who I think is the form Blues number 9 behind him. You've got Reece Robson, who was there last year, and you've got Blake Rayleigh making a charge. He's going to interview all 3 of these guys, and do you know what he should turn around and do after that? Triple threat match.
Get in. Bash each other who wants the jersey. But put the jersey on it, hang it, get it on the ladder, get them up.
On a ladder.
It's
tables, ladders, and chairs at WrestleMania for the Blues number 9 jersey.
I'm loving what I'm hearing for the first time in 3 or 4 years from the Blues. Because you'd hold your breath. Because you'd hear, Pangai Jr. might get picked, and you'd be like, what, for New South Wales Cup? And then he'd get pulled out, and he goes on without a plan. Or he's picking Clint Gustin because he's a good dude and can play lots of position, and then coming out and saying, I don't really have a plan, we'll just see what happens. Or he picks Nico Hines and throws him to the Wolves with 8 minutes to go cold without a warm-up. I'm loving what I'm hearing from Michael Maguire. Please save Origin football, Michael, because right now, it sucks to be a Blue.